I want to change lives. I want to show people how to progress in their money. I want to show people how to progress in their mindset. I want to show people how to progress in their brand so that way they can take care of their family, take care of their finances, and experience freedom.
Welcome to the Unapologetic CEO Podcast. I'm your host, Laura Egocheaga. You are now tuned in to the podcast that will keep you ahead of the curve when it comes to business, culture, and current events. In a world full of fake news and bad decision-making with good intentions, we're here to share our unapologetic journeys in business. Today, I'm here with the man himself, Andy Audate. He's a published author, motivational speaker. Also, he's a millennial, guys. And he's a serial entrepreneur. So he's actually widely recognized as a awesome, fantastic speaker with a delivery that is super high energy. And he really is great at unraveling people's human potential. He was raised in a city of impoverishment, and he's actually a college dropout with little formal education. And he actually took the path of entrepreneurship, really forcing himself on a course of endless self-education. And that's really how he amounted to all his success. How are you doing today, Andy?
I'm amazingly amazing. How are you feeling today?
Fan-fucking-tastic, my man. Thank you so much for coming on my show. I really appreciate it.
Yes.
So tell us a little bit more about your unapologetic journey to your current success.
I mean, look, I like the keyword that you're using, unapologetic. Unapologetic. Why? Because it's like, hey, I'm not sorry.
Exactly.
Like it's like, hey, I'm not sorry, and that's the mindset that you gotta have, especially in this day and age where people, where the world is currently at, where people are in tremendous fear, people are taking back their finances, and but your business still needs to grow. So you making a decision and saying I'm not sorry, man, no one's sorry for you. So if you make a decision to recognize that, hey, I'm not sorry because I'm gonna thrive up. It's also because you're recognizing that ain't no one sorry for you. That especially like if your business collapses in 2020 because of the coronavirus outbreak, and then now there's another one coming out that's nuts that just released within the last 24 hours. Like, if you think that the world has sympathy for you, you got yourself one coming for you. You got yourself something that's coming for you that has nothing to do with any benefit.
Facts. You're completely right, man. So tell us how you got here. Tell us all the juicy details.
I mean, look, I was 19 years old. Someone believed in me. I come from an impoverished area on the East Coast, and someone who believed in me suggested I open up my small business. I mean, at the time, I'm 19 years old. We're leaving the gym, and he looks at me. He goes, Andy, I think you should open up your own cell phone store. At the time, I was working as a cell phone store manager, working for Metro PCS. I looked at the dude and I said, you think I should open up my own cell phone store? Like, bro, I'm 19 years old. I'm a college dropout. I'm an ex-drug dealer. I'm overweight. Like, there's all these odds that are stacked against me. So I decided that I said, hey, man, like, I don't think it's for me. And he's like, yo, I think you should do it. And I believe in you, and I think I'll work for you too. And I remember just thinking to him, like, sometimes you got to have someone else's belief before you take your own belief. So I opened up my cell phone store. After overcoming a tremendous amount of fear, getting on my knees and praying to God, I opened up my first cell phone store. The first month challenging, the second month challenging, but within 6 months I made my first $100,000, and then I expanded the business, opened up another location, and then continually expanded. And at about a year in, I made my first $1 million. At 21, I took that money and I moved to the West Coast. That's what you do when you're living in a impoverished area on the East Coast and you just want to go to California, like LA. So I went to my friend's house one day, and I remember I went to his house and I was at his kitchen, and I said, hey man, you want to do something crazy in 2016? He said, what do you want to do? I said, let's move. He said, where? And I was like, Los Angeles, I don't know. Like Los Angeles was one of those things where it's like you just see it on TV. So he said, yeah. Within 2 weeks, he's like, hey man, I want to back out. I convinced him to say, hey, let's move forward. And then I start getting nervous, and he's like, I start getting nervous. So I said to him, I said, hey man, why don't we like go there for 3 months, like do a 3-month vacation? Like we don't gotta move there. Let's just go there for 3 months, because I didn't want to go all in. So then next thing you know, he's convincing me to go all in. He's like, man, no, we gotta go all in. We gotta ship all of our cars there. We gotta go all in. So that's why you gotta be around the right type of people, because he pushed me to go all in. I went all in. Now I'm living in California, starting my business. And I'm now in Cali. However, I don't know what to do. So I'm looking at the TV, and I see real estate agents and being successful in Beverly Hills. Like, that's what's on TV. I'm like, hey, you know what? I'm gonna go into real estate. I get myself a real estate mentor, and he's like, here's a list of people to call. And it was literally like 2 pages. I call those people. All right, man, no deals from that. All right, now you got to find your own leads, and you got to close your own deals. I'm like, yo, I don't know anything about real estate. So one day, I had to look in the mirror. I realized, like, dude, I've been in California for a little bit. I'm overweight. I look in the mirror. I'm still overweight. Shit, I'm still overweight today. So I'm looking in the mirror, and then I said to myself, it's time to go to work out. I need to go work out. So I go for a run. As I'm running, I decided to get a coach, a trainer. So our trainer's pushing me now. And one day we're on a run, and I had a vision of the future. The vision that I had was I was going to be a speaker. Yo, I'm going to be one of those speakers on stage. That's the vision. Why? Because I wanted to change my hood. I wanted to change where I come from. So I knew that if I spoke to the people, I could make a change. So I decided to work with a motivational speaker that goes by the name of Les Brown. I started working with Les Brown. I went on tour with Les, learned the industry, learned how to speak, got around made the right connections, got on stage. Then I started producing my own events here in California. My first event, Les Brown came in and spoke. Since then, I've been producing these massively, like, world-class events, and I decided to call that event the Progression Conference. One-day business events. I get a lot of successful people sharing how they became successful, what it is that they did, what is it that you need to know, giving the audience opportunity to make that same shift. Now, recognizing that was my gift to the world, is bringing people in my connections to the masses, bringing the right mindset to the masses, writing books and teaching people how to think so that way they can progress in their life. I became successful at a young age, and not recognizing that it was actually a challenge for some people. So I decided that I'm going to share the secrets, I'm going to share the knowledge so that way they can grow in their life and in their business.
That's beautiful, man. That is fucking beautiful. I love that your drive was that you wanted to change not only yourself, but your neighborhood. You know what I'm saying? The people, like, that was my inspiration too. Like, I was like, yo, I've been bullied my whole life, like, not even by like my peers, but like by my teachers. So like they would fucking make fun of me because I was gay. They would make fun of me because I wasn't getting that great of test scores and whatnot. And, you know, my whole life they told me I would never be successful. And one day when I was a junior in high school, I fucking got online and I made my first 20 grand in 6 months at 16 years old, man.
Wow.
It was crazy. And that's when I got the entrepreneur bug. And that was like back in 2011. That's when I first got involved with cryptocurrencies, and really it opened up the world to what I am now. And now we have 2 7-figure businesses. And yeah, man, I fucking feel you. I love it. Do you give talks like at high schools and stuff, like, or not?
No, not at high schools. Well, I sometimes do, especially on back home in the East Coast. I went to the high schools because the teachers started reaching out to me. I mean, the teachers were working, grinding profusely. Like, they were pushing me. Like, Andy, you come from here, please come back.
That's beautiful.
There was a time that I went to go visit my family, and I said, you know what? Why don't I turn it into a give back as well? So I scheduled a couple of high school presentations when I went to go visit my family while they were at work and stuff. So, but yeah, I typically talk to business professionals as well as startup entrepreneurs who are in a position right now where they want to go from either a W-2 employee to a solopreneur, or a solopreneur to an entrepreneur. Solopreneur meaning that I start up a business, but I'm on my own. Entrepreneur meaning that I'm the investor in the project, and you're having a group of people support you in that project to win.
Gotcha. I fucking love it. It's awesome. So what's the biggest, most important lesson you've learned on your journey so far?
Man, there's a lot of lessons, man. There's a lot of lessons. I think it's not even a big lesson. It's more of a lot like combining all the micro lessons, you know, to make it all work. As I'm looking and growing my organizations, it's about these micro lessons where, man, it's a fucking puzzle. Business in life is a puzzle, and you're over here trying to find this piece, and does that piece work? Okay, if it works, leave it there. And then you're going around to find this other piece, and then it's one of those. If you ever did the escape room, have you ever done the escape room?
I haven't, but I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, one of those escape rooms, man. They'll give you like a little puzzle, and if you like, they might give you 15 pieces, and you got 14 pieces, and once you get the 15th piece, it all breaks away and opens up another door. So you think you work your whole entire life to figure out this puzzle, and you finally got your 15th piece, and you're like, boom, that coronavirus. You know, like what's going on? You know, so I think it's a lot of micro decisions I've discovered. It's a lot of smaller decisions and smaller lessons I've discovered from relationships. I mean, I think that's the most powerful currency, is if you know how to maintain and get the right relationships. I'm currently writing a new book right now. I'm doing some crazy shit right now. Like, I'm writing a book in a week, you know, and over the last 72 hours, I've created 3 5-figure courses, and I'm over here on edge, like I'm stuck to my computer like this, you know. My assistant's pushing me, and the whole team is working hard because we're doubling down right now. You know what I'm saying? And then I'm telling everyone, I said, after we double down and we feel the effects of a double down, we're tripling down. It's a focus of, hey, I'm gonna make it work through trying times, and man, you know what? It's a matter of taking your life to the next level.
I love it, my man. Oh man, I gotta follow you on Instagram, bro. I can only imagine the bombs you're dropping on your Instagram stories.
Look, this is an opportunity of a lifetime, right? Let's blow the shark out the water. This coronavirus, man. So many people are scared shitless. Some people are waking up in the morning. They don't know. I'm afraid that someone who follows me, like, I'm in a position right now where I'm going to produce a lot of content. Why? Because I'm afraid that someone who's following me is going to experience some challenges and they're going to blow themselves off. And
that's like, very realistic. Like, that's not even like a far-fetched like thought. Like,
yeah,
very possible.
No, 100%. Like, if you're like a man who like, you just took out a big loan to start your own business. You're like, 2020 is my year. You took out a big loan to start your own business, and then you onboard. I know what it's like to have too many employees. You know, I know what it's like to have too many employees and like, yo, what the hell am I doing with all these employees? I know what that's like. And so you get to a point where you start growing your business and you think that the world's gonna be a certain way, and you started kind of calculating for challenges. And you're like, okay, if this happens, I'll take care of it this way. Like I'll start I'll take a multi-million-dollar loan if I get a little hit. You know what? I got a little cash reserves, you know, just for that 1 month, and that's okay. So I got a multi-million-dollar loan, but I got a little cash, you know, if I get a hit in 1 month. So that's how I'm protecting myself. And then next thing you know, your business comes to plummets within days. Where literally today's March 24th, within 3 weeks ago, people are like, hey, we're hiring, and then a week later, they're like, hey, I'm sorry, we can't, the people that we hired, we got to let you go. And the people that have been here for 5 years, we got to let you go. 10 years seniority, I'm sorry, I'm going to have to give you a paid absence for the rest of the month. I don't know where we're going with this shit. That's some real stuff. And then if a man has that experience, goes home to his wife, and his wife is like scared shitless, the house is all discombobulated. The kids are like, what's going on? Daddy, what's going on? And the wife goes to the husband like, yo, you told me you was going to take care of me. You told me you was gonna take care of us. What is going on? I don't care about the fucking world. What about us in this house? And then and then the employees are going to that same man and saying, hey, what, I need a job. You told me you was gonna take care of me. I need a job. And then their wives are going to the boss like, hey man, at the Christmas party you said you're gonna take care of us. And then their kids' employees, the employees' kids are coming to that same man and saying, I thought you were gonna take care of us. Man, that's gonna off somebody. Somebody's gonna have and that man is one of those people who has a weapon. He's gonna off himself.
Yeah, man. You know, it's crazy. So before coronavirus or anything, there was this news story that came out. This guy he was like in his 50s. He was like ready for retirement. He got fired from his job. They told him that he wasn't going to get paid sick days. They told him he wasn't going to get his fucking 401k. Like, they were straight up like, you don't get shit. They fired him. He fucking went home, came back, and shot up everybody in HR. Like, that shit's real. And this is before coronavirus.
Look, that's the fucking thing, man. That's the thing. Yo, people, yo, man, fuck, that's some real shit. That's some real deal shit. But here's the solution, though. Here's the solution now. Now, we talked about the problem, and I'm not going to soak in the problem. But let me tell you what the solution is. The solution is expansion. Mm-hmm. The solution is expansion. So in order for you to grow your business, in order for you to take care of your situation in this time of need, you must expand. There's talk about, you know how many businesses and entrepreneurs are going to lose in this year who are currently on the cusp of losing? Mm-hmm. You know how many entrepreneurs are almost gone or almost done, like on the verge of quitting? You know how many businesses are going to be out? How many jobs are going to be lost? There's a lot of people who are going to lose their jobs. Death is around the corner, and it's not because of the corona where it affected them. It's the stress. Look, I have my grandfather. He's on a deathbed right now. As we speak, he's on his deathbed. And he's young, though. And I talked to my uncle. I said, well, yo, like, what's going on? He's like, they start talking about stress in a certain way that it affects the body over a certain time. Stress of what? Stress of fucking money, man. Stress of money. So people are going to go into this predicament where they're so stressed out with the finances that stress, the anxiety, they can't sleep, their immune system's low, then they get a little sick, and the next thing you know, the stress starts attacking them because of their finances. In this day and age, what you need to do is you need to fucking expand. You need to expand. Like what I'm doing, like, for example, I work with a lot of brands. Let me tell you the difference of the mindset. I work with a lot of brands in my businesses. And I'm sending a message out today, and the message says this. The world is attempting to give the mass population relief aid. I'm here to give you expansion aid. It's a different mindset. I'm not here to relieve anyone. I'm here to help support people in expanding. And in this day and age, you have to expand unbelievable. When I say the double down means that you increase your efforts by 50 to 100%. So what you did last week, what you did 2 weeks ago, in order for you to just stay above water, you got to increase your efforts. Just to stay above water. We're not talking about thriving. Just to stay above water, you got to increase your efforts by 50 to 100%. And at the 50% mark, that's going to be your new norm that you got to now expand again and double down. So that's a double down is essentially getting down to 100% of your 100% times 2 of your effort. I'm not talking about where Andy was at. This is 100%. No, I'm talking about up here, man. Up here, 100% is multiplied by 2. It's a whole different mindset. No one's world will be the same moving forward. Everyone's life has completely shifted. The world has gone to shit, and everyone's life has completely shifted. You will not be the same person that you were 3 months ago. It is not possible physically, naturally, innately impossible. I tried to fucking leave California. The world's going crazy. I try to leave California, go to Hawaii. I'm like, yeah, I'm going to get out of here. Hawaii isn't the same shit. You can't leave unless you leave the planet. And if you leave the planet, you still need support from the earth. So regardless, you cannot escape this. There's only one way to escape this. It's through death. So you fucked up by dying. That's number one. Or you go. The only way to go through this is to grow through this. You got to progress through this every single day now. You relax for one day, you're back by 6 years. I promise you this. If you relax for one day, you're behind 6 years. Such a misconception to understand that in this time and day where people are relaxing, where they're like, hey, you know what? I'm going to be at home on quarantine. I'm going to chill, man. Oh, man, I'm chilling. No, you relax for one day, you're behind 6 years. There's people that are still not recovered from 2008's crash. And from what I've discovered, from people that are much older than me, that who went through 2008, who got hurt, is that what is going through right now is worse than 2008. From what I'm being told. I was in 8th grade back then. So here's the thing. In recognizing that the people who got through, and if you study history, the people who got through, they doubled down and expanded. You see the wealthy, you see the people who were kind of rich, who had a little bit of money, they became wealthy in 2008. Because of 2008, and they're still benefiting off that. That's what I mean by it set you back 6 years. Because 2008 happened, what's that, 12 years ago, but people are still winning nowadays. This is the fucking time. This is the prime opportunity that everyone's been waiting for maximum success. But they just didn't think that it was going to look like this. That's the sound.
Facts.
So someone in January said, God, give me an opportunity to expand. Give me an opportunity to thrive. I just need an opportunity. Coronavirus happens. Oh, no, they dwindle down. Like it's not an opportunity. It's a fucking prime opportunity. I'm writing a fucking book. Another one. Boom. 3 courses. What else is next? Boom. Our team, my marketing team, my internal company, man, we're having a crazy ass meeting. I just left that meeting. We're having a crazy ass meeting. Man, if you Google A, you're gonna see Andy Audate. If you type in a period, you will see Andy Audate. If you sneeze on your keyboard, Google will think you're talking about Andy Audate.
I fucking love it, bro.
Okay.
I love it. I hope to see you everywhere. Fuck yes. Your motivation is killer. I love it. So tell me like a real game plan here, like a legit game plan because we do have a lot of solopreneurs and entrepreneurs.
Mass awareness.
Mass awareness, is that what you said?
Mass awareness marketing. It's a style of marketing. Mass awareness marketing. So people, you were talking about strategy, you're talking about mechanics. So what you really need to do is mass awareness marketing. You need to be on every blog article, every blog that you can find. You need to be on Forbes. I'm on Forbes. You need to be on YouTube. You need to be on Facebook. You need to be on Instagram. You need to be on print, everything, because people don't read. There's some people who don't like go on the internet. You gotta get them something physical. You need to be everywhere. You need watches. You need everything. You need to be on podcasts. You need a podcast every day. Every day. Every single day you need a podcast. You need to be on a show. You need to be on other people's show. You need to be speaking. After when this subsides and we go back to live events, you need to be on every stage, as many stages as possible. Every stage as possible. Give me 3 minutes. I'll teach someone how to turn 3 minutes into 10 grand. I teach people that. You need to create your own landing page. You need to create multiple funnels. You need to work hard and double the fuck down. And after the double down, you need to triple down. Everything that you thought you were comfortable with was like, okay, I'm good with doing 2 podcasts. You need to multiply by 16. You do 2 podcasts. No, we're doing 30 a month. You're doing 2 podcasts, a month, and say, I'm comfortable. No. And this is just to get back to norm. This is just to get, there's a personal development study that I'm studying right now. And in the personal development study, it shares like the person who thinks that, okay, my rent is $1,500, my car is $500, or my car is $200. I don't know what the normal car rate is, but my car is $200, and my expenses. Okay, boom, I need $3,000 a month. So I'm gonna work hard to make that $3,000 a month. And then coronavirus hits, that $3,000 ends up becoming $1,000. Now you're shit out of luck. Okay, you need to be operating in excess. You need to be operating in spread. You need to operate wide. How do you do that though? That's the question that comes down. How does one person do that? They go to brandmarketingsummit.net. That's what they do. They go to brandmarketingsummit.net. That's what they do. If you're someone who wants to expand, you go to brandmarketingsummit.net, because you need to build a personal brand where people trust you, number one. Number two, you need a team of supporters who is going to push for your name at all times, everywhere. I'm multiplied by 800% as we stand right now. How? I have a virtual team in the background operating behind me right now as we speak. Now, why is it important to be virtual? Well, in this certain time that we're in, when you can operate virtual and have team members outside of the United States, it allows the resources to be stronger than it would be in the United States. So here's what I mean. In order for me to have an employee in America, in let's say Los Angeles, California, the minimum I got to pay them is $15 an hour. Let's do the math. You take away $15 an hour, you multiply it by 40 hours. That comes out to $600 a week for one person. $600 a week, I can get 5 employees outside. So for the same dollar, my dollar goes stronger if I outsource it outside of the United States. So where can someone like a solopreneur whose resources are limited, whose competition, well, first of all, I have to give you this mindset. The mindset is that I look at Starbucks as my competition. Nike is my competition. Why? Anything and everything that has my client's attention on it and it's not Andy Audate, that's my problem. So you go to Starbucks, you don't see Andy, that's a problem. In the next 15 years, I got to be able to do a deal with Starbucks where I'm on the counter like this.
I love it.
That's the mindset. So that means that I need to expand as much as possible. So for $600, which I have U.S. employees, for $600 a week, I can have one person, or for $600 outsourced in different parts of the world, I can have 6 people or even 5 people working at full throttle. So if I need 5 employees, then I have to make a choice. Do I spend more money just in the US, or do I save money and spend it wisely outside of the US? Now, here's also what I discovered, that the people outside of the US, man, they're hungry like I'm hungry. There's some people in the US, man, hey, man, we love you, but some people are just comfortable. And I know, I'm not talking about the people listening to this podcast because I know they ain't comfortable. That's why they listen to the podcast. But there's some people who are just too comfortable here, where they're like, hey, the government's nowhere. I got unemployment. They're gonna take care of me. I'm okay. Oh, Donald Trump's gonna send $1,000 check. Oh, no problem. I'm all set. Too comfortable. Where I have people outside of the U.S. that are like, hey, I got kids to feed. I'm a hustle. Where I have young people working in my organization that are cold calling, closing on the phone. Why? Because they're hungry and determined. So who's gonna win this day and age right now? Is the people who recognize this technology is what's going to support them. You need to be able to make your money go longer, stretch your money, you outsource outside of America. But you need a system for that. That's the real challenge. Many people are saying, yes, Andy, I get it. I get it, Andy. This is yeah, you're right. You're 100% right. I need to outsource my work. You're right. I need to have a virtual team. You're right. But how? Well, that's what the Brand Marketing Summit.net does. But regardless, Laura, this is what needs to happen. You need to build a virtual team, and they need to support you in your expansion plan.
Facts. I love it. So now that we're talking about virtual teams, I mean, so right now, you know, the whole bailout that's happening, right? They want to bail out the airlines. They want to force it to bring jobs back, blah, blah, blah. I personally, as a business owner, I'm not bringing jobs back to America. Like,
you have virtual teams on?
Yeah, so I outsource direct. I mean, I don't want to say outsource because they're like full time. So, but it's from the Philippines, directly from the Philippines. But I would rather, like, I get what you're saying because 100%, they're way more motivated. They realize that this money to them is like feeding their entire family, not going to get a fucking purse or something like that. You know what I'm saying? So they value the dollar. So I get that. But when it comes to like, how do you see this playing out politically? I'm just curious because like Trump's objective is to bring jobs back, bring more jobs. As a business owner in this climate, I don't fucking want anybody from America to work for me because they're not motivated enough.
Yeah, man. And that's where like, you recognize that? I recognize that as well, man. I was thinking about it like, okay, what is the true benefit of having a U.S.-based employee? I'm really trying to go back and forth because, like, I have people who I've hired, previous assistants that's been US based. And I'm like, okay, but my virtual assistant, who I love near to, like she's near and dear to me, man. Like she hold me down. I've never met her in person. So much trust with her. So much trust with her. She was my first VA, and then we've expanded. We've hired over 50 people in my organization. So she started off with 1, and then we went to 2, then 3, then 6. So then why would I have a US based team member? So that like recently, this week, I did a course, and I did this three fully like courses to teach people virtual assistants, how to master virtual assistants, how to hire them, how to fire them, how to assign tasks and organize the different tasks, how to lead the virtual assistants, like 3 different in-depth courses. I mean, 72 hours, my eyes were, but I was given everything that I got to to the people. I mean, my team members have produced multi 5 figures in deals, and I'm talking about these are Philippines on the phone now. So I want to share that with entrepreneurs and coaches who are going through this trying time where they don't know how to manage a virtual assistant. I did the work with someone based in the US, but it was done virtually. Like they were at their home in California. I was at my home in California. And we just did it through Zoom like this. And equivalently, I took that same process and I did it with someone in the Philippines, and it was the same thing, but it would cost me a third of the price. Another example, I just did a whole layout, like a whole funnel that was built online. It cost me $280 to build out that funnel. Previously, it would cost me $6,714 to build out that same funnel, the same exact funnel, from $6,000 to $2,000. What does that allow me to do as an entrepreneur? It allows me to expand. So what people need to understand right now is that in order for them to expand, they need to make their money go longer. So that $6,000, now I can do how much things? I could do a lot. So you need to expand. So you need to get on as many blogs as possible, as many podcasts. You need to have one virtual assistant that their job is to reach out to all the podcasters and say, hey, I need to bring this person on your podcast, and have them book you. Then you need to get another one that you got 3 people writing copy for you. Man, I got people on my Instagram right now, all up in the DMs on the Instagram. All up in the DMs on the Instagram. So you need to be everywhere, as many fingers as possible. You need to be typing. You need to be everywhere. You need to figure out how I can be everywhere. As I'm speaking right now, I got multiple screens, right? I got multiple monitors behind me because my business is flowing. I'm monitoring my business as I'm talking. I got another one right here. I got one right here. I got one right there. My business is flowing. So in this day and age, that's what's going to win. If you don't have a system similar to this, you will fail. There's no question about it. You will fail, and you're going to be calling somebody. Hey, I need a job. Hey, I need this. I need that. You have to put yourself in a position where you must win. And in order for you to win this day and age, you got to protect your resources that you do have, put them in a position to work the hardest for you in the shortest period amount of time, and increase your flow. We both know this. You have employees, I have employees. We both know that every employee, the quality drops. There's no one who's going to write a blog better than Andy Audate. There's no one who's going to write a book better than Andy. There's no one who's going to do a video editing better than Andy Audate. So I know that for every video, I think we have like 12 video editors on my team. For every video editor, I know that quality drops. If I'm 100%, I expect 50% from my video editor. But if I look at my entire organization, where I think we're like, I don't know, 25 deep, I think. I don't know. We hire and fire. But if I look at my entire organization, I would calculate it that 50% of 20 people's 100%. You do that, that's 1,000% output. That's better than me, Andy Audate, by myself at a 100% output. Does that make sense?
Yeah, 100%.
So you gotta
and if you don't understand it, you need to rewind this and listen to what the man just said one more time and listen very closely, because what he's saying is so fucking true. So, I mean, that was the only question I had. No, I love this. Thank you so much, Andy, for coming on the show. Where can our listeners find you?
Man, go to brandmarketingsummit.net.
Brandmarketingsummit.net.
Brandmarketingsummit.net. Look, Over the course of 3 days, I teach people how to do this, what I'm talking about. I teach people how to do this. Why? Because now you need it more now than ever. It's taken me such a long time to master this. Since last year, I've been building out the system, preparing for this. Coronavirus, take down the world going to shit. I've been preparing for this. Now it's here. I'm not nervous. I'm not anxious. This is what you've been preparing for. It's like an Olympian athlete getting to the day where it's time to do that race. Like, I've been preparing for this. So in this day and age, what you need to do is you need to double down. Double down is get on as many platforms as possible. How you're gonna do this is have a virtual remote team where your dollars go longer, where you're paying someone $3 to $4 an hour to do the work for you on your behalf. And their job is to work every stream for you. You need to be on every marketing stream as possible. You need to be on podcasts. You need to be on Facebook Lives. You need to be on blogs and articles. And they need to do the work for you. And they support you in doing the work. They have a job. You have a job. This is your opportunity now to win. But the first thing you have to do is take action. Go to brandmarketingsummit.net.
Facts, guys. Go check that out. What about on like social media? How can they find you on there?
Thank you. You're right. Andy Audate. ANDYAUDATE is the best place to lock and load. ANDYAUDATE. Andy Audate.